This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Haley Potter. We have some good news out of St. Thomas. The Army Career Center recognized one volunteer for selflessly contributing over 1,000 hours of community service to the St. Thomas community. This right here is Taylor Kahn. In 2020, she started a volunteer group called Clean Up St. Thomas in an attempt to bring awareness to the trash that pollutes a lot of the common areas on the island. Since the start of this group back in 2020, she has influenced over 1,000 members to become active participants to help beautify St. Thomas. Taylor and the members of Clean Up St. Thomas have managed to accumulate over 10,000 pounds of waste since the beginning of 2020 when they started. She was awarded these honors last week, and we have a short clip from this special ceremony.
Personnel receive, like, you literally have to go like above and beyond within the community. So this is definitely hard earned. This is definitely yours. Something that you can put on your wall in your office. So we just want to say thank you. If you don't mind, we're going to just present it to you real quick. Deshaun Burleson.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Feel free if you want to say anything. The floor is yours.
I appreciate you guys so much, and this means a lot, and I'm just happy that I was able to make this a possibility, and I'm honored.
A big congratulations to Taylor. And the VI Department of Human Services is hosting its first ever motorcade to raise awareness and support foster care this coming Saturday. The territory observed Foster Care Awareness Month in May, and now they're asking people in both St. Croix and St. Thomas to show support by wearing and decorating their vehicles in light blue. The Walk Me Home motorcade will begin on Saturday at 4 p.m. On St. Thomas, the motorcade will start at the Emile Ballpark parking lot and end at the Tutu Mall parking lot. On St. Croix, the motorcade starts at the DHS Office of Commissioner in the Golden Rock parking lot and ends at Bedeau Park. Both parades begin at 4 p.m. Churches, businesses, and individuals are urged to sponsor the Walk Me Home motorcade and show support to kids in protective and foster care, that the community stands and supports them. Funds raised will go to securing resources that include personal care items, toiletries, school supplies, clothing, car seats, duffel bags, and other essential and critical supplies for at-risk children and youth in transition during a very difficult time. Governor Albert Bryan Jr. will host an hour-long episode of the Press Box Thursday night at 5:30 to take questions and address some residents' concerns. This will be a live stream event, and residents are encouraged to ask questions in the comments section of the live stream. They can also email questions to governmenthouse@go.vi.gov. That address is on your screen right now. The live stream will be on the Government House USVI Facebook page. Now for a look at the latest coronavirus numbers right here in the territory. There are currently 82 active COVID cases across the islands, with 62 on St. Thomas, 18 on St. Croix, and 2 on St. John. And big news coming out of the British Virgin Islands. The territory began relaxing protocols for vaccinated visitors. As of Tuesday, fully vaccinated visitors to the BVI no longer need to have a COVID-19 test upon arrival or need to quarantine. They will just have to show evidence of their vaccination. Travelers will, however, still have to show proof of a negative COVID-19 test to travel to the territory, but again, they will not be required to take one once they arrive to the territory. The Honorable Carvin Malone, Health and Social Development Minister of the Government of the Virgin Islands, said, and quote, "Certainly we recognize that COVID-19 appears to not be going anywhere. The reality is that we have to live, work, exist, and thrive despite this virus." And 15 months after Californians faced their first COVID-19 stay-at-home order, most mandates will be lifted across the whole state. That means restaurants, gyms, and retail stores will get to open at full capacity. Vaccinated people will get to forego their masks in most indoor and outdoor settings. Unvaccinated people will still have to mask up. People must wear a mask in certain places still, like public transportation, hospitals, and schools, no matter their vaccination status. This comes as the U.S. has reached a grim new milestone: 600,000 lives lost to COVID-19 during the pandemic. Meantime, the CDC is voicing new concern about the Delta variant of the coronavirus. While more than 174 million have received at least one vaccine dose, only about 8 million 12 to 17-year-olds have gotten a shot.
With America bounding back to life, tonight there is a new warning. The CDC has officially labeled the COVID-19 Delta variant one of concern, saying that it's more easily spread and causes more severe cases than any other COVID variant. Studies show that the Pfizer vaccine is effective against the Delta variant, and experts say the other vaccines likely are too. Good news for the nearly 44% of Americans who are fully vaccinated. But the CDC guidance is sparking new worries for those who are not, including teens and young children.
If you're not vaccinated, the Delta variant will spread in your community more quickly. It will take less exposure to get COVID-19.
The variant, which was first discovered in India, now accounts for nearly 10% of all new COVID cases in the U.S.
Does this mean a bigger risk for those who are unvaccinated, including children?
It does mean a bigger risk. It means once you're fully vaccinated, are proving fairly effective against this. So that's the good news. But if you're unvaccinated, especially children, you need to remember that protection, especially with the mask and social distancing, is still extremely important.
And for health officials, one more reason to urge Americans to get the shot.
If you plan to travel here soon, here's something to keep an eye out for. More reports of unruly, often violent passenger behavior on board planes. It comes as the summer travel season is ramping up. The latest example is a chaotic flight from Los Angeles to Atlanta, where an off-duty flight attendant tried to get a hold of the PA system. Ultimately, the plane had to deter to Oklahoma City. Now, the FAA is doubling down on its zero-tolerance policy for bad behavior with a new set of fines. Take a look.
Yet another disturbing video showing yet another scare in the air. Passengers on board a Delta flight from LA to Atlanta pinning a man down after the airline says an off-duty Delta flight attendant tried to take control of the plane's PA system.
And next thing I knew, there were people rushing up to the front and he started shoving people, and it was this outrageous fight.
The captain took to the intercom asking passengers to help.
We'd like all strong males to the front of the aircraft to handle the problem passenger.
Air traffic control then diverted the flight to Oklahoma City Friday night, where police took the passenger into custody. It's just the latest incident involving what the FAA says is a surge in bad behavior in the skies. Earlier this month, another Delta passenger was arrested after reportedly attempting to breach the cockpit. And on this Southwest flight from Sacramento to San Diego in late May, a passenger punched a flight attendant, causing her to lose 2 teeth.
Passengers are behaving belligerently. They are becoming aggressive, hostile. They are verbally abusive, and oftentimes they've been violent.
The FAA now says it has nearly 3,000 reports of unruly passenger behavior already this year. 2,100 of those involving passengers who are refusing to comply with the FAA mask mandate.
The FAA has a zero-tolerance policy for people who behave badly on airplanes.
This morning, the agency is taking action with a new round of fines. A passenger fined $15,500 for ignoring at least 10 requests from the crew to wear a mask properly and drinking alcohol not served by the airline. A New York to Cancun passenger fined $10,500 for being so disruptive when asked to wear a mask. The flight was diverted to Fort Lauderdale.
If you break these rules, put others at risk, and impact their travel plans, we'll prosecute to the fullest extent of the law.
And all eyes were on Geneva, Switzerland Wednesday as President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin have been engaged in important talks. It's a moment of high stakes at a time when both leaders agree that relations between their countries are at an all-time low. They arrived early Wednesday morning. Their meeting was expected to last several hours. The summit's agenda includes election interference, cyber attacks, and Ukraine. The sit-down is the final event of Mr. Biden's 8-day visit to Europe. His first overseas trip since taking office.